We're going to get started with Machine Learning for Kids, a book by Dale Lane and a free online resource. First off, I want to make sure you understand the difference between machine learning, artificial intelligence, neural networks, deep learning, and how these things all fit together. This diagram beautifully illustrates the topic of artificial intelligence as being the broader scope of things. And machine learning is just one application or one facet of artificial intelligence. Within that, it breaks down even further to neural networks and deep learning. It goes further and further. What we're doing is a rather practical application to understand how we use data to train computers to know things that humans might usually be able to tell the difference between. And in this first project, we're going to train the computer to recognize between two different kinds of animals. In this project, they use cows and sheep, but you can use whatever you like. Real, not real, fictitious, non-fictitious, so long as you can find pictures of it online. And we want to make sure that we can find, enough pictures that look somewhat different. I recommend getting at least 10, but your models will work with a few less. All right, what am I talking about? Let's dive in here. First things first, you'll need to open up a browser and go to machinelearningforkids.co.uk. When you're here, go ahead and click Get Started. For this first project, I recommend doing the try it now and registering without an account just to get your feet wet and see what it feels like. Once you click that button, it opens up a blank workspace. We need to create a project or add a new project by clicking this button. I'm going to call this project Animal Sorter. You can see I've done it once before here. And recognizing images. That is a drop down, so make sure that you have a title for your project and it's recognizing images. Then click Create. Here's your project. Let's open it up. First things first, we're going to need to train our model. So go ahead and click the first bucket, Train. In here, we need to add a couple different labels for what we want the image, what images we want the computer to be able to recognize. So I want to try to say, if I can get the computer to recognize the difference between alligators and ducks. Excellent. So now I've got my two labels for alligators and for ducks. All right, now let's go and find some images of these guys. I'm going to open up a new tab and go to images.google.com and see if I can find some pictures of alligators. I'm just going to drag and drop these in, and this website is set up very nicely to be able to receive these images. If you have some pictures saved on your computer, you can also drag and drop and upload these in. If anyone is on a tablet or a mobile phone, you will need to do it using a slightly different method, and I will show that in just a moment. So as you can see, I'm not being too particular. I'm just taking lots of different pictures of alligators. All right, excellent. Now let me go and also get some pictures of some ducks here. And I'm going to try to give it a lot of different types of ducks. Maybe baby ducks. How about some mallards? This white duck. This is a cool South Dakota duck. It looks very unique. How about a rubber duck? Oh, it gave me a warning here. Every once in a while, you may get this error that says it wasn't able to do one. Okay, no problem. I'll save my rubber ducks for later. Oh, how about lots of ducks? Not just one duck. Excellent. Let's go back here, and I'm gonna click this next bucket. I'm ready to give my computer a little bit of time to learn about the images that I just gave it. So here we go. Let's train this new machine learning model. This may take a few moments depending on your computer. If you get an error, just try it one more time. Be patient. If you're looking for something to do, there will be a little quiz down below. So that went pretty fast. My training model is available already. So the next thing I want to do before I move on is test. This center box here is going to allow me to test my model. Now, I want to test it using some images. So how about this duck here? Well, I'm not going to be able to drag and drop into that URL or the www bar. What you're going to need to do, and same if you're on an iPad or a mobile phone or a tablet, is you'll need to right click or open up the option menu, and if possible, copy the image address. Now we can go over and paste an image from the internet and test this out. So I'm testing the picture of this duck to see if it recognizes it as being a duck. And now it thought with 75% confidence that that duck was an alligator. So something tells me maybe I don't have quite enough training data, or this duck is an interesting color. It's kind of the color of an alligator. So maybe it just wasn't sure. Let me try some other ones. Here's another interesting kind of South Dakota style duck. Let me copy this image address and paste it over, and let's test this again. Okay, now with 99% confidence, it knew this was a duck because I had another picture of a duck that looked very, very, very similar. But my first duck was kind of the color of an alligator, and the computer thought because of its colors, it was an alligator. So what that tells me is I still have some more training to do. I'm going to click this button here in the top corner to go back to my projects, go back to step number 1, and do a little bit more training on this. And as you can see, yeah, I have a duck with a green head, but I don't really have any ducks with that brown colored head. So that was an interesting example. I want to go back and add this guy into my ducks bucket. And I wonder, are there any other ducks? Oh, that guy has a blue bill. That's very interesting. Let's add him as well. Okay, now that I've got a couple more pictures of ducks, I do have to train the model again. So give it a little bit of time to learn. You do not necessarily need to delete this one. You can just train a new one and give it a few moments here. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Now I want to test and see if it recognizes another kind of like dark colored duck. Maybe this one. Let's copy that image address and see if it knows. Still an alligator. Still more work to do. So that's why I recommend getting at least 10 of each animal and making sure that you have lots of different examples of ducks and alligators. So once you've got your model properly trained, it's time to move on to the next step. But take a moment here and make sure that this is working for you.